Here are the 7 elements that make up a great online fitness coaching experience. Starting with number 1, we have workout plans. So you have 2 options in the way you deliver your workout plans. To begin with, you could start with Google Documents, Google Sheets, and you could give your new clients access to these plans. That's a great way to get started, especially if you're trying to bootstrap the growth of your business, because obviously Google Documents and Google Spreadsheets are completely free. Obviously, the downside is they're quite clunky, they're not great to use on your phone, and the goal is to get to number 2, which is to use an app. You might say, but Dan, which app to choose? So you have My PT Hub, Trainerize, Everfit, TrueCoach, you name it. I have coached thousands of people with fitness, and I used My PT Hub for years. I've coached hundreds of fitness coaches with their online business, and it seems like they all have their pros, they all have their cons. To begin with, my advice is pick 2 apps, try them for a free trial for a couple of weeks, and then if it comes to it, flip a coin at the end of the week, the 2-week trial, and just pick one, okay? A lot of them have pros and cons. If you want to go for a cheaper one in the beginning, that's fine. Just make sure as you start to scale up your clients that you don't commit to one long term until you really kind of shop around. To begin with, don't overthink it too much. My PT Hub was my preferred choice. A lot of the guys inside my mentorship, inside FBC, either use Everfit, Trainerize, Kahunas, or one of the big names, okay? So that's workout. So the workout plans, I would suggest that you give the workout plans to the clients, ideally ahead of their first day on the program. I suggest that you get everybody to start on a Monday. And I suggest that you update workouts every 6 weeks and do them in the form of phases. So phase 1 workouts and change them every 6 weeks. As for the personalization aspect, to begin with, you want to create some workout plans that are like your stock plans, push, pull, legs, upper, lower, the classics. And then you would start to have some variations for different types of people. So let's say you've got somebody who can't do the leg press. So you're going to have your legs workout, and in the variation you might have is like legs without the leg press. And then you might have another variation which is like legs without lunges, etc. Okay? But workout plans, you want to make sure if they're on the app that people are doing them. And then you can go into your app of choice, and this is the benefit of using an app, whether it's on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and you go in and check that the client is actually logging the workouts. If they're not logging the workouts, then you would message them. If they are logging the workouts, then you would still message them and celebrate with them. So that's the workout plans. The second element that makes up a great online coaching program is daily support, okay? My advice is do not use the ugly, slow, behind, outdated messaging options that they have on these apps. Just stick to something like WhatsApp. Definitely don't use Facebook. And if you don't want to use WhatsApp, you can use something like Telegram. You want to be popping up in people's messages every day so that there's no hiding. A big part of what people are paying you, especially for a coaching program that you're selling for maybe £500 or £1,000 or maybe £200 a month, is accountability. That is like the primary thing these guys are paying for. So you want to check in with these guys. In terms of how often you check in with them, I'd say that the expectation you would give to the client is that you're available Monday to Friday. And if they message you on a Friday, then you will get back to them on a Monday. So it's normally like an on-the-day turnaround. And unless it's a Friday, you don't reply at the weekends. You might say, but Dan, right now I can do that. And maybe you do want to do that. But just bear in mind that sets the tone for the future. So daily support means that people can like send you messages, they can ask you questions. Likewise, you should be checking in with your clients, especially in the first 2 weeks on the program. People don't leave the program because they had like a bad end. They usually leave the program because they had a bad beginning. So that means for the first 14 days, more than ever, really fast responses, send voice notes, be really personable, and just make sure you're checking in with people. Have you done your workout today? What were your steps today? Have you hit your goals today? What time are you going to the gym today? Keep it really kind of free flowing back and forth, but set your boundaries around, what times you're not available and specifically what days you're not available. Okay. So number 3, somewhere on my desk, is nutrition coaching. So a massive difference between someone working with you in the gym or working with you as an online fitness coach is the fact that most personal trainers, or should I say some personal trainers, don't help with nutrition, whereas almost all of the online coaches do help with nutrition. And as we know, a massive part of getting results in fitness is your nutrition. So this is a massive like upside in USP to you selling your online coaching, especially if you're trying to sell it against people that are thinking they need an in-person PT. So some of the apps, a lot of the apps, my PT Hub, for example, will give the option to give people meal plans. I suggest that you give people a combination of calories and macros and also some meal plans. So don't just give somebody 2,500 calories and say like, good luck trying to fit that into your MyFitnessPal. Educate them through giving them some meal plans and say, here's an example of how you could eat for your meal plan, okay? Then what I would do for the first week, get them to fill in a food diary using MyFitnessPal, get them to add you as a friend on MyFitnessPal so you can see their diary, so there's no hiding. That's another benefit to them paying you, is the accountability. And then at the end of the week, you can also make some tweaks and changes, but nutrition is a must. You need to help these guys with their nutrition. And if you want to get more upskilled in nutrition, there's some great guys on YouTube. Dr. Mike Israetel, Lane Norton, Jeff Nippard. I can recommend all kinds of YouTube videos for you to watch to upskill on your nutrition knowledge. But you want to hold people accountable, okay? Don't just tell them, here's your calories. Don't just tell them they should be in a calorie deficit. They know this. They can get this stuff on ChatGPT. The difference is you checking in with them. Hey, I can see you didn't log your food this week. What's going on? Hey, I can see you went over your food on the weekends. What's going on? Have these conversations with people. And that kind of leads me on to number 4. Number 4 is the weekly check-in. So the weekly check-in is a form that they submit. You can either use Jotform, Google Form, or Typeform. They fill in a form every single week, giving you their stats, their steps. They send you their progress photos. You go through and review the form, and how you reply to the form is you have a few options. Option number 1, the most simple one, is text. So their goal was 10,000 steps a day. Sally says she did 5,000 steps a day. You text her and say, hey Sally, I saw you only did 5,000 steps a day. What's going on? Option number 2 is you send a voice note. So you go through their entire form, check their photos and send them a voice note, asking questions, giving feedback. Or option number 3, which is slightly more advanced, is you use software called Loom, L-O-O-M, Loom. And there's a free version. So if you're doing the check-ins for 5 minutes, you get 5 minutes for free. If you want to start doing longer check-ins, you'll need to do the paid version. But Loom means you can do like a video recording, going through their check-in in detail, and then replying to them in more detail. So that's slightly more advanced. Voice note is intermediate. And then the text message is the amateur, okay, or the beginner level, sorry. As for when to do the check-ins, my preferred time is this. They check in on a Thursday from 9 a.m. So they have between 9 a.m. Thursday to Friday at 9 a.m. to do the check-in. And then you have from 9 a.m. Friday morning to Friday at 9 p.m. to reply to them. The reason why I prefer doing this to doing it on like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or any other day is because when do people need the most accountability? That's typically at the weekend. So I coach thousands with their fitness. I found that, and my clients found that by me replying to them on a Friday and like holding them accountable, especially if they've had a bad week, it meant that they behaved themselves way better and way more at the weekends. So something to consider. Number 5 is group support, okay? There is a thing that we say in coaching and marketing is they join for you, but they stay for the community. So group support would be just adding everyone into a WhatsApp group or adding everyone into a Telegram group. And again, much like I said with the one-to-one communication, I don't love the group chats that you can create on Trainerize, Kahuna's, My PT Hub. I've tried all of them. I've got hundreds of coaches that have tried all of them. The best group support you can get is either WhatsApp or Telegram. And then what you do is you try and create a culture where if people have a question, rather than messaging you privately, they put the message in the group so you can reply in front of everyone. Sorry, I've got an itchy eye. What you can also do is you create daily topics, and the daily topics are things like sharing their Wednesday wins or Monday commitments, or on the Thursday when you do the check-in, you get everyone to do the check-in. And on the Friday, you might celebrate people's wins inside the community, okay? But the group chat is something that you want to activate. You might say, but Dan, I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clients. That doesn't matter. The trick is you can just add some of your friends and family in the group until you have enough clients to bulk up the group. But the benefit of having a community is it puts all of the questions in one place, it brings people together, and long after they're bored of working with you, they'll stick around for the community. Okay, number 6 of 7, somewhere on my table, is goal setting. I probably should have done this first. Goal setting is not only setting their short-term goal, where do you want to be in 12 weeks' time, but it's also setting their long-term goal of where do you want to be in 12 months' time. The reason why we do this is to ensure that if they've signed up for 3 months or 6 months with you, they're also thinking about long-term working with you. And also you want to set goals on a daily basis, such as their step goals, how many steps a day, calorie goals, how many calories a day, how many workouts a week, how much water, how much sleep, holding them accountable. There shouldn't be any part of their process or any part of their journey where they're kind of trying to figure out from themselves. As soon as they start trying to figure out for themselves, they'll just start thinking, you know what, why am I paying this guy? Why am I paying this girl? So goal setting is paramount. Number 7, the most overlooked one, the one that people always avoid doing, is weekly group calls on Zoom, okay? This is you jumping on a call on Zoom once a week with your clients, typically in the evening, the later the better. Let's say it's a Wednesday at 8 p.m. You get your clients on the call and you do some weekly trainings. One of the trainings could be like Training 101, Nutrition 101, Mindset 101, Sleep, Stress, Supplements, Pre-workout nutrition, Intra-workout nutrition. Spend about maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes doing some teaching, and then allow another, say, 15, 20, 30 minutes of a Q&A at the end, okay? The upside of this is, if people come, they get to speak to you, which is pretty cool. And if they don't come, it doesn't matter, because you can just record it as a training, and then you can put it somewhere that they can watch later. So let's say you do an entire call on Sleep 101, and someone misses it. Then what they can do is they can then, if they message you and say, hey, I'm really struggling with my sleep, you can say, hey, I recorded this training, make sure to watch it. Or you can say, I'm running this training next week, make sure to attend the call. But you will find that if people hang out with you on a weekly basis on Zoom, they will typically stay with you longer, they get better results, you make more money. So those are the 7 things, okay? If you have any questions about them, if you want any more detail, leave a comment below. If you want to learn what it would look like to work with me inside my mentorship to help you either start or grow your online fitness business, just message me on Instagram, just message me the word YouTube, just so I know that's where you came from, and I'd be more than happy to run you through what it would look like to be part of my program. I've got guys doing 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, even £40,000 a month, which is mental. And these aren't, they're great guys and girls. There's nothing special about them. They just might know the things that you just don't yet know. So message me on Instagram, comment if you have a question, like the video if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to have more videos like this to grow your online fitness business.